The story begins with the princess being prepared for a dragon sacrifice in the imperial square, but King Andreas doubted and did not believe the dragon would come, but his assistant Mason said the dragon was very foolish and they had a plan to capture it. After 10 minutes the dragon flew over the empire and flew to the castle of the king. The dragon grabbed the princess and wanted to fly away, but Master Masanti ordered the guards to attack the dragon. They shot at him with a bow but all arrows flew past. At that moment Master Masanti activated his magic and wanted to stop the dragon. He attacked the dragon and thereby wounded him. The dragon was mortally wounded but he managed to reach his lair and after a while the dragon died. After 10 hours a blue ray surrounded the dragon, it penetrated the body of the dragon and at that moment the body of the dragon came to life. The dragon didn't understand what happened, he couldn't control such a big body. He looked at the reflection of the water and saw the dragon there. He was in a stupor, he couldn't believe he was reborn as a dragon. He saw the princess lying unconscious. He approached her and tried to understand if she was alive or not. Suddenly a system notification opened in front of the dragon. He wondered why so many notification. Was I gifted from heaven? The dragon looked at the system window. It was integrating the evil dragon system. The dragon tried to say something, but instead of a human voice he had the voice of a dragon. The system notified him that he did not need to say anything. You can say to himself. As it turned out he has a special favor of female NPC, which allows you to activate special abilities. With the point system dragon can restore his body. If the dragon kills other players, it will get 1 point, and if you kill an enemy, the system will give 0.5 points from the system. The dragon was puzzled, what other players and NPCs were there? At this point the system notified him that he had kidnapped a girl of SSS rank, so he needs to continue the test. After a while the dragon decided to approach the girl to study. He put his tail to her, she hugged him. At this point the dragon noticed that she was very cold. Suddenly the system notification appeared before him again. It said that this girl is Anna. She is 18 Elven. Her rank is SSS and she is hungry, frostbite and infection. If nothing is done she will only live 2 days. Also the level of sympathy is minus 80%. It is necessary to increase the level of sympathy to at least 0. Suddenly Princess Anna began to wake up. She hugged the tail of the dragon and said that she was very cold. In the cave, the dragon found a bear skin and covered her to keep her warm. For her care the system rewarded the dragon with 10 points. The dragon did not understand what to do. He appealed to the system for help, but the system refused him and offered him the use of a card which can only be used for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes of use the user of the card will lose consciousness. But the dragon had no other options and it was his only chance, as Anna's body was only getting weaker and she would not be able to save herself. Deep in the night, the dragon activated the card and went to get food. He gathered apples, but he knew that it will not be enough, as he is a dragon and he needs to get meat. Suddenly a pack of class 25 wolves approached him. He knew that if he did not eat meat today he would lose consciousness because of the activated card and he needed to recover his powers. At that moment the wolves attacked him. The dragon was able to activate his power and scared them away. The dragon continued to attack them and ate the wolves. After a while the dragon returned to the cave. At this time Anna woke up and was very frightened, but the dragon did not want to hurt her. He brought her fruit so that she could eat them and gain strength. Suddenly Anna pounced on the dragon with a stone dagger, but the dragon put his hand up and the dagger broke. Anna was very surprised. She asked, "Mr. Dragon, are you going to eat me?" The dragon wanted to tell her that he didn't want to kill her, but he forgot that he didn't have a human voice and instead of words he roared. Anna was frightened by his growl and fainted from fear. The dragon asked the system what happened to her. The system replied that the fear caused the loss of consciousness. He asked the system for the points for killing wolves. The system informed him that the points are credited to his account and the dragon decided to enter the system store to find some medicine. He saw that in the store there was a flower by called skullcap. This plant helps to bring down the temperature. The dragon chose this flower. At this moment a flower appeared in front of him. It was unusually beautiful. The dragon took it in his hands and wondered how he could use it. The dragon realized that he had no other choice but to live the flower and give the resulting sap to the Princess Anna. Then because of the activation of the card he lost consciousness. In a dream he saw exhausted Anna who was walking through the desert in search of water, but suddenly in the sky she saw a dragon who was coming very quickly to her. After a while Anna woke up and saw the dragon lying beside her unconscious. She felt something bitter in her mouth. She said it looked very much like some kind of medicine. She looked at the dragon and said, "The dragon saved me and this fruit he collected for me." She was happy. At this moment the system awarded the dragon with sympathy points from Anna. Anna stroked the dragon. She thought she had killed it with her dagger. After a while the dragon woke up in the middle of the night. He exclaimed that he was very hungry. At that moment the system informed him that he had awakened the power of absorption and he urgently needed to eat something. Beside her Anna was sleeping. The dragon looked at her with hungry eyes and imagined how he could eat her, but he thought that he could not eat her and her sympathy level was increased to 90. The dragon was shocked, because he had just woken up. How did the sympathy level increase so quickly? At that moment the dragon imagined her grabbing him, calling him tall, big and powerful, and how she hugs him and tells him that she likes him, and the dragon is embarrassed. Suddenly Anna started coughing up blood. The system showed that Anna had 1 day to live. The dragon was shocked. He didn't know what happened. While the dragon was unconscious the system awarded the dragon 2,000 points for receiving a sympathy from Anna. The dragon decided to use them to buy medicine in the system store, but it sold all kinds of junk and a short female dress. The dragon was furious that at the moment when Anna is terminally ill, the store offers to buy such things for the dragon, but nevertheless he decided to see how that dress would look like on Anna. He was surprised at how well it fit her. However, he understood that first Anna must be cured. In the store he decided to look at the abilities that modify the body. He could choose to modify the claws and fangs or choose an internal modification that strengthens the heart and other organs, but none of these were suitable to heal Anna. Suddenly he noticed a healing modification of the eye, which allows him to superficially learn about some object or condition. Dragon bought this modification for 1,000 points. Suddenly his eyes became bright red. He fell down in pain and thought he would go blind, but the pain passed and he began to examine Anna. Thanks to his eyes he learned that she had a large number of diseases. At this moment some people entered the cave. The dragon decided not to get into their eyes and hid. In the cave there came Wael of 21st class, the main knight and Selena of 18th class, the fire mage. The dragon hesitated. It didn't look like they came here with good intentions. He decided to buy claw and fawn reinforcements and steel scales. At this time his image changed and the dragon flew near the knights. Wael ordered the guards to defend themselves and prepare for battle, but Selena said that the dragon had changed and everyone should stop. Wael told her that she was just afraid and ordered no one to listen to her, for if Selena in Anria Square had let go a spell of putts they probably would have captured this dragon. Wael said that the dragon was flying west and ordered everyone to follow him. Selene wondered why the dragon was flying west out of the thicket and into the empty countryside. Perhaps there was treasure in his lair and he didn't want them to find it, so he flew in the opposite direction. At that moment, the dragon sharply turned around and began to attack the guards. For each kill he received 10 points. After killing all the guards in front of him stood Yule. He ducked at the dragon and tried to wound him, but Scales of a Dragon was very strong and he could not hurt him. The remaining guards were frightened and decided to flee from the battlefield. At this point, the system awarded the dragon for winning the battle and awarded him 150 points. At the last moment the dragon remembered that Selena the witch was with the knight, but she was not on the battlefield. He was frightened that this witch could do something to Anna. The dragon hurried back to his cave. He saw Selena treating Anna with her magic. She told him not to come near them and cast a spell of web on him. The dragon was bound and had no dragon breath left. The witch stood beside him and laughed at him. Suddenly the witch Selena decided to attack him, but the dragon was furious and was able to get out and the spider web spell. He grabbed Selena with his paw and said, "Who are you and why aren't you answering my questions?" At the last moment he remembered that he didn't have a human voice yet, and the vocal cord function cost 300 points, but he only had 280 points. The system offered him a 50% credit. The dragon was shocked and unhappy with such an offer, but he had no other option. Thanks to this modification, the dragon had a human voice. He asked her who sent her here and why they came here. Selena was shocked that the dragon could talk, but the dragon told her to answer his questions. She said that their king Anrius had hired a band of mercenaries to find and kill the dragon, all for the prince's health. The dragon asked who the prince was and what was wrong with his health. Selena replied that there were rumors that the prince had a problem with continuing his lineage. He needed the heart and penis of a dragon to heal. The dragon was perplexed, since eating the heart of the dragon is not enough, and now it is necessary to eat the most precious, Selena exclaimed, so that the dragon did not kill her. At this time to King Anrius came one of the guards. He reported that they could not find a dragon. The king was furious at such news. He asked what the situation with Master Mason. The guard replied that Master Mason redistributed, that the dragon had already crossed the plain of Mulligan and entered the Silver Moon Forest. The dragon was young and had little power and had gone far away in the mountains, but using the tracking seal consumed a great deal of power and magical materials, so Mason thought that more money was needed. The king was furious as his kingdom was not that big and he had already given him 3,000 gold. He cursed Mason and said he could give him 500 gold and no more. At this time the dragon bound the witch Selena so that she could not use magic. The dragon was looking through her things and found many medicines and potions there. He asked her if she could heal. She replied that she would rather die than heal the dragon, but he would not listen to her and cut the ropes that bound her. The dragon told her to heal Princess Anne. She said in surprise, "Don't you know she is not a princess?" The dragon answered that he understood that Anna was not a princess, as people could not have a half-elf with fox ears and a tail. Selena asked him then why he wanted to save her. He didn't know what to answer and said, "Because we are best friends." Selena looked at dragon in surprise and could not believe it. At that moment the system window opened again and said Selena was 19 years old. She was an SSS rag and her level of sympathy for him was -30. The dragon was surprised, as he again got a girl of SSS rank. Selena began to treat Anna. The dragon wanted to know about Anna's condition. She answered that her condition is bad because her injuries are very serious and one resurrection potion is not enough. Selena said, "You need a totally cereal place, enough medicine, food, one good mage healer." Dragon was furious. He told her that he thought she was the mage healer. She replied that not all people learn healing magic. Unexpectedly Anna woke up and asked them not to quarrel, because if she can heal, it is already good news. At that moment the dragon saw that there were chains on her feet and decided to unhook her feet from the chains. He took Anna in his mouth and ate her chains. Selena was terrified. She thought that the dragon decided to eat Anna. He said that the chain was the same weight as Anna himself. Apparently King Anrius is ready to do anything to catch me. Apparently I will have to find a new lair. Anna was freed from the chains and was very happy, since now nothing prevents her from walking. Suddenly the dragon took Anna and Selena and said that this place is not safe and now we have to find a new lair. Anna looked at the dragon and said, "Well, Mr. Dragon." At that moment her sympathy increased by 10 points. After a while Dragon, Anna and Selena were eating fried meat. They liked it very much. Suddenly red dogs ran up to them. They saw the dragon and the leader told everyone to stop. Dragon was surprised and asked, "Who are they?" The chief of the dogs stared and came close to the dragon and sniffed him. He was surprised because it was a real dragon. He said that he never would have thought he would meet a living dragon in his life. He kneeled before the dragon and said, "Great dragon, I speak for the Soglavs of Crooked Tooth tribe. I pray you let me become your family. We will be faithful servants and for you we will do anything." The dragon said, "You are so weak, what good is it to me if you become my family?" The dog replied, "Great dragon, though we are weak, we can polish every one of your scales. we can make you a great nest, we can find deposits of the rarest materials and make you rich. The dragon said he needed a spacious dry cave now, could they furnish it? The dog said the order would be carried out. He asked the dragon to follow him. The leader led the dragon to the village where the crooked-toothed tribe lived. He said that this place would be the beginning of the dragon's domain. The dragon swore his name to protect and defend them. The tribe was very happy. He asked the Hypolik if he was ready to be his sworn brother. The leader was glad and said that he had been waiting for this moment all his life. The dragon gave the leader some of his blood. At this point other dogs came to them. The dragon asked the leader why there were so few of them. He knelt before him and asked him to decide their fate. Not long ago their tribe was attacked by ettercap spiders. They plundered their lands and seized their cave with oars. The leader took the survivors after him. They got to this cave and settled here. The dragon wondered if there were mines, then there would be money. If there was money, then they could buy a recovery potion to delay Anna's illness. Dragon asked Hypolycleus what mines they had and how many ettercaps there were. He replied that they had a silver mine and there were 5 ettercaps there now. They really like to suck brains, they control spiders, and how many spiders it is not clear. Dragon decided to get information about ettercaps from the system. She suggested him to buy an encyclopedia, as it has a general description and weakness of a large number of monsters not available to players. He bought this book for 900 points. He was furious, because of the fact that some book costs as much as 900 points, he cried, and at that moment Anna came up to him and asked what was wrong with him. He said that the problem was too difficult and he could not solve it. In the encyclopedia he read that they have control over spiders and the ettercap's weak point is fire and they have resistance to acid. His dragon breath has acid in it, but its damage has a limit. One-on-one with them won't work. They will summon spiders and surround him. He thought, it would be much better if his breath was fire instead of acid. The system told him that he could modify his dragon's breath, alone it would cost 1,000 points. The dragon decided to earn points and asked the leader if there was no background to the fortress or the mercenaries of the Black Beast. Hypolycleus replied that there were 2 bands of bandits and blood lion mercenaries near the village, and that he had not heard of the Black Beast. He told him to gather half of the warriors with follow him, as they will now attack the nearest fortress. According to the system, the enemies are relatively strong, but the bandits do not scatter far, a great place to pick up points. The dragon told Anna to stay here and said he would be back very soon. He looked at Selena and told her not to run away from him. At this time in the forest of the Silver Moon, the captain returned to the fortress of the Whirlwind Bandits. He was very happy, for they had returned with great booty offered to drink to this. The other inhabitants praised him for his strength. He said, "There are hundreds of our brothers here, we can rest this month, this is my gift to you." Suddenly one of the watchers noticed the dragon and exclaimed that the black dragon flew to them. After a while the dragon attacked the village and he was getting points. Pretty quickly the dragon was able to destroy and kill all the enemies. For this the system awarded him 10-20 points. At this time a tribe of Crooked Tooth came running into the village. They could not believe that they had won. The leader told the dragon that there were many boxes of loot. The dragon told him to take everything to the lair. Among the loot were sacks of flour, boxes of apples, boxes of gold and transformation potions. The dragon took it in his hands. As it turned out the potion was of a lower level, which turns non-human beings into humans for 1 hour. He thought, with this potion I will turn back into a human and return to Anna and Selena. He imagined himself sitting on the throne and Anna and Selena sitting next to him and flirting. He thought, after all, if he became human again he would only be a teenager. But that did not stop him, for he had a whole hour and in the worst case he would wait until the effect of the potion wore off and he would go back as a dragon. He drank the potion and at that moment the transformation into a human began. After a while the transformation was successful and he hatched from the egg as a human. The leader of the Crooked Tutors was shocked. He didn't understand how the dragon had turned into a human. He looked into the reflection and was delighted as he transformed into a real age. He asked the Hypolycleus if everything was prepared. He put the last box and said, "I report to the master, the last box has been loaded, we finish assembling." At this point he turned into a dragon again. Since during the potion you can switch between human forms, he said he was going back to the lair. At this time Anna and Selina were in the hayloft. Selina thought that now was the best chance to escape, but at the last moment Anna asked her where she was going. She replied that she was going wherever she wanted, for after she had failed to catch the dragon and the mercenaries had been destroyed, if she returned, she would not even be given the post of mage's helper. Suddenly Anna told her, "Look what I found." At this time cute new crooked-toothed pups hatched from the eggs. Selina asked Anna why she wasn't afraid of that nasty dragon that kidnapped her. Anna answered that the dragon was not ugly but affectionate. Selina could not believe her words. At that moment one of the inhabitants said that the leader and the dragon were back. Selina was shocked. He thought, how could they come back so quickly?